You just met someone new, maybe at a party, maybe in an elevator. Before they said a single word, your brain already decided something about them. Trustworthy or not, safe or not. This happened in about 1/10 of a second. But the real answer to why this happens is far stranger than a gut feeling. You call it intuition. What's actually happening is a survival system older than language itself. 200,000 years ago, your ancestors lived in small bands on the African savanna. Every face they knew, they had known for years. A stranger at the edge of camp wasn't a curiosity. It was a 5-alarm event. That stranger could carry disease. That stranger could steal food. Or worse, there was no time for careful analysis. The people who survived could look at an unfamiliar face and instantly answer one question: threat or not threat? This is where your split-second judgment was born. Not in a boardroom, on a dusty plain where hesitation could get you killed. Princeton psychologist Alexander Todorov studied exactly how fast this judgment happens. He showed people photographs of unfamiliar faces for just 1/10 of a second. A flash. Barely long enough to register a face was even there. Yet participants confidently rated each face on trustworthiness and competence. Give them more time to look. Their ratings barely changed. The verdict was already in. So what is your brain actually looking at? Certain features consistently read as trustworthy across cultures. Raised eyebrows, a hint of a smile, wider eyes. Features that once signaled, "I am not preparing to attack you." Lowered brows and narrowed eyes get read as untrustworthy almost instantly because they once signaled aggression. Your brain isn't reading personality. It's reading an ancient threat map layered onto a modern face. Harvard psychologist Nalini Ambady found something remarkable studying teacher evaluations. She showed people silent video clips of teachers just 2 seconds long. Strangers who had never met these teachers rated their warmth and competence. She compared those judgments to evaluations from students who'd spent an entire semester with them. The ratings matched. 2 seconds of silent video predicted an entire semester of experience. Ambady called this thinslicing. Your brain taking a tiny slice of information to build a confident judgment about the whole. It isn't trying to be fair, it's trying to be fast. Fast kept your ancestors alive. Here's the twist. This ancient radar, tuned for a small band of hunter-gatherers, now operates in a world it was never built for. Your ancestors met a few dozen new faces in a lifetime. You scroll past 100 unfamiliar faces before finishing your morning coffee. Dating apps, social media, strangers on your commute. Everyone gets that same 1/10 of a second verdict, warranted or not. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. That same system quietly runs underneath bias and snap misjudgments that have nothing to do with actual character. Todorov found that a face's perceived competence could predict certain election outcomes with unsettling accuracy based purely on how quickly a stranger looked capable, not on any policy or record at all. Your ancient survival tool is now shaping decisions in courtrooms, classrooms, and voting booths. It never got the memo that the world changed. So are you stuck, ruled by a 1/10 of a second reaction forever? Not exactly. Awareness changes the equation. The moment you recognize your instant read of a stranger as an ancient alarm bell, not a verified fact, you gain the ability to pause. That pause is something your ancestors never had the luxury of taking. You do. Paul Ekman's research into facial expressions across dozens of cultures found something comforting underneath all this. Fear, anger, joy, disgust are read the same way almost everywhere on Earth. This system isn't a personal flaw, it's a shared human inheritance. Every person you've ever instantly judged has, at that same moment, been instantly judging you. So the next time you meet someone new, and some quiet inner voice hands you a verdict before they've said a word, remember what's happening. That's not perception. That's a hunter-gatherer still living inside your skull, still scanning the tree line for danger. You just met someone new, and before they said a single word, your brain already decided something about them. But now you know the real reason. It isn't a stranger standing in front of you. It's your ancestors, still watching, still trying to keep you alive.